Yo, guys, what is going on? This is Joshua from the River Region AHSAA football podcast. And today I'm going to be doing a series where I do where I'm going to predict the top four teams from each region. And I'm starting today in 1A. So let's go ahead and begin. In Region 1, I'm predicting that Brantley wins the region. They're currently the number one team in the region. They have not played yet, but I do believe that they are going to win the region. The number two seed, I believe, is going to be McKenzie. They looked very much improved from week one until to week two. Of course, they played Sweetwater in week one, so Sweetwater's kind of a powerhouse. The number three seed, I believe, is going to be Sampson. They moved down from 2A in the last reclassification, and I think they're still good enough to get a playoff spot. And getting the number four seed in that final playoff spot in Region 1 is going to be Florala. They're usually a pretty good team, usually a playoff team, so I'm going to say that they're going to get it. Now moving on to Region 2, and the number one seed out of that region is going to be Sweetwater, 1A powerhouse, and they're a legitimate championship contender in 1A this year as usual. The number two seed is going to be Milry, who is currently, I believe, the number 10 ranked team in 1A. So I believe they're going to grab the number 2 seed, host a playoff game. The number 3 seed is going to be Southern Choctaw. It seems like Southern Choctaw is always a pretty good football team, and I don't think it's going to change this year. I don't know if they've played yet, but if they have, then I'm sure they did good. And then getting the final seed is going to be Marengo at number 4. I think Marengo's 1-1 on the year. I think they lost a close one, and they've won one as well. All right, moving on to Region 3, the number one seed, the defending 1A state champion, Linden. And obviously 1A, all the number one seeds are usually powerhouse teams. The number 2 seed out of this region is going to be Keith. Overall, outside of Linden, this isn't a very tough region. I believe Keith is the second best team out of the region. Moving in at number 3 is going to be RC Hatch. I believe they're 1-1 on the year, and getting the final seed is going to be Central Hayneville. Now moving on to Region 4, and this might be right now the toughest region in all of 1A. And getting the number 1 seed, I believe, is still going to be Maplesville. Maplesville is still a very good football team. Getting the number 2 seed is going to be Notasulga. Notasulga has looked really good so far. I'm not sure they're going to beat Maplesville. Grabbing the number 3 seed is going to be Lochapoka. And then grabbing that final seed, currently sitting at 2-0, is going to be Altagaville. Now moving on to Region 5, I believe Wadley is going to win the region. And then grabbing the number 2 seed is a pretty good Winterboro team. I think Wadley's a little bit better than Winterboro at the moment. But of course, Winterboro could very easily take this region, as could Woodland. Woodland's got a pretty solid team as well, so this region is honestly wide open. And then the number 4 seed I have is Donahoe. Now moving on to Region 6, the defending 1A state runner-up, Pickens County. I believe they're going to get the number 1 seed here. Number 2 seed is Berry, who I think moved all the way either to the third round of the playoffs or the semifinals last year. I still think they've got a pretty good team. Getting the number 3 seed is Hubbardsville, and getting the final seed is Brilliant, who I think also made a nice little run. I think that's a really tough region right there. Now moving on to Region 7, I got Cedar Bluff getting the number 1 seed, Valley Head getting the number 2 seed, Coosa Christian getting the number 3 seed, and Appalachian getting the number 4 seed. And finally in Region 8, Decatur Heritage, I've got them winning the region. They're usually really good. Number 2 seed, I've got Hackleburg. Number 3 seed, I've got Waterloo. And then finally wrapping it up, I've got R.A. Hubbard. Now tomorrow, I'll be doing the live stream with the predictions and previews of week 2, and then I'll probably come out with a 2A video. And with that being said, thank you for watching. Peace out.